Hello, this is HK Math with another short video using chunking. And this time, I would like to use chunking to solve an absolute value equation. So let's go back to a very simple two-step equation. And if you didn't join me in an earlier video, I'd like to quickly show you how we use chunking then. So let's look at 2x plus 3 equals 7. Typically, we are taught to solve this problem by undoing. We see that the 2x term is added to the 3, so we subtract 3 from both sides. Well, chunking does not use the undoing process. Instead, we look at the whole equation and we think about what the unknown part would be by thinking numerically. So I'm looking at this equation, 2 times some number plus 3 equals 7, and the unknown part is what I identify as the chunk. This chunk plus 3 equals 7. So the chunk has to be 4 because 4 plus 3 is 7. Again, we write that the chunk has to be 4. Oh, let me grab an eraser here. Still haven't gotten down this writing with the mouse. So equals, and it equals 4. We have not solved for the unknown because we do not have x by itself. So it looks like we're going to look at a smaller chunk, and that chunk is our unknown. 2 times some number is 4. That number is 2. So we're going to write down the value of x. X is 2. We can go back to our original equation and we can plug in 2. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. It does check. So that means that our equation has been solved. 2 is the solution. Now, let's look here at this absolute value equation, which is a little bit more difficult. The absolute value of the quantity 2x plus 3 equals 7. Let's go back and find our chunk. We're finding the absolute value of this entire quantity. So that's our chunk. What can our chunk equal to make this sentence true? It can equal 7. So our chunk could be 7 because the absolute value of 7 is 7. But this is interesting. It can also equal a negative 7 because the absolute value of a negative 7 is 7. So let's solve two problems. Our chunk, 2x plus 3, can take on the value of 7. our chunk, 2x plus 3, can take on the value of a negative 7. All right, here's our chunk. A smaller chunk, but still our chunk. Now it becomes basically the same problem we solved before. Here's our chunk again. I'm going to work these two together. So 2x for our first equation can be 4, just like it was over here. Now we have to be a little bit more careful over here. This chunk plus 3 equals a negative 7. So our chunk can equal a negative 10. Please forgive that telephone. I didn't know how to cut it out, and I've gone too far to start all over. So now we're going to look at our chunk again. It's a simpler chunk. 2 times something is 4. 2 times something is a negative 10. Here, our value is x equals 2. Or our value is x equals a negative 5. Now we've already proven that 2 times the quantity x plus 3 equals 7. But now we have to prove, we've proven that 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 7. So we know that this one works. But now we have to prove that we're going to get the correct answer with a negative 5. 2 times a negative 5 equals a negative 10. And a negative 10 plus 3 equals a negative 7. The absolute value of a negative 7 is 7. So we have 2 solutions, and both work. 2 or a negative 5 works. Sorry for the interruption with the telephone call, and I hope that this chunking method is giving you a better understanding of absolute value equations. Thank you for your attention. Bye now.